Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Paramount wants to make a brand new Star Trek movie that takes place before the Kelvin timeline started. You know, that Star Trek 2009 movie and stuff. So it's gonna be a prequel. So they want to basically have like a new crew, a new ship, show how things kind of happened before, back in the olden days and stuff like that. There's a huge problem with that. First, let me just say, I'm all for making a Star Trek movie based on a completely different starship and a completely different cast and a completely different timeline because it would be new, fresh, and innovative. I'm getting so sick and tired of seeing everything revolve around the USS Enterprise, one way or another. I'm getting tired of seeing legendary characters getting recast younger and acting different and, timelines getting messed around, crap like that. And, I'm tired of that crap. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind having a show that's set after the events of Picard or a little bit more into the future and stuff. However, let's get back to why this is a terrible and stupid idea. First things first, the people over at CBS and Paramount and whatever, I think Viacom's gone, they don't know the first thing about Star Trek. They never did and they never will. The reason why this is the dumbest thing ever, because you cannot make a prequel of the Kelvin timeline because of the simple fact that because of J.J. Abrams and now because of Alex Kurtzman and the Star Trek Discovery, it's a little bit confusing. See, when J.J. took over back in the day, the everything that happened before the Kelvin timeline was the actual prime Star Trek universe. Spock did his whole red matter thing with Nero. They went back in time to stop that implosion of the Romulan star or whatever it was, and they went back in time. The very moment Nero went back in time and attacked the USS Kelvin and killed Kirk's father, that right there started the Kelvin timeline. Everything that happened before that was prime. So that means the events of Star Trek Enterprise is prime all the way up to Kirk's father. So it won't be a Kelvin prequel because it'll just be a regular Star Trek prequel. And I don't want a Star Trek prequel because they're going to go back in time. Somebody's going to have a continuity error and then the fandom's going to go crazy in the head. And I'm going to be one of those people. Stop messing with continuity. Second reason why this is a terrible idea. Now, because of the events of Star Trek Discovery and their idiotic writing crew, what season was that? It was either last season or the season before, when they went into the 32nd century. It has now been stated that the Kelvin timeline was always an alternate universe. See, when JJ started his movie, he originally what it was is that time got altered. Time travel, this and that. So it created an alternate time universe. Until the fandom got pissed at him. And then he said, no, 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 no. Everything that you know about Star Trek, the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, they're still canon. All those events still happen. When he changed time, it created an alternate universe, not an alternate timeline. So it's like, oh, okay, so it branched off and now there's two parallel dimensions, right? But Star Trek Discovery is supposed to be in the prime universe, right? So in Discovery, I forget what season it was. There was like an alien from the Kelvin time universe that came over into the prime universe, right? And so basically it stated, okay, look, if you're from the Kelvin universe and you're over here in our universe, you can't survive, blah, 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 you're dead. That don't really make no sense, seeing how they're technically from the same original time universe, but whatever. So it's like, okay, so yes, now this is canon that like the Kelvin universe is a completely different universe and stuff like that, which means still, if you go back into like the past before the Kelvin crap, you're still in that prime universe. Like, do you see what I'm saying and stuff like that? And so I don't understand how the Kelvin and the Prime universe, they can't coexist if you live in one dimension and stuff like that. And but no matter what, like no matter what, if you go back before the Kelvin got destroyed, you're no matter what universe you're in, you're gonna be in the Prime universe. You're just gonna be back in the past. You'll probably be back sometime around Enterprise television series. So if they're gonna do that, then okay, fine. But why are they calling it the Kelvin prequel and everything? There is no prequel to the Kelvin universe. The Kelvin prequel is literally the prime time universe or whatever you want to call it. I'm getting stuff confused right now. See, this is just pissing me off, and I'm getting so confused. So making this movie is stupid. If they're gonna say they're gonna make a movie, just say you're gonna make a prequel to just Star Trek in general. They didn't have to throw in the phrase the Kelvin timeline, because the Kelvin prequel is the Prime universe like timeline and everything. And then, of course, if they do something that alters that, and so, okay, say they do something in that movie that alters time, well, then what the heck is going to happen? Is the Kelvin universe still going to be around? Is the Prime universe still going to be around? This is why going back into the past in Star Trek is always the worst idea ever. Because every time they go back in the past, they always change something around. A year, a date, technology, uniforms, like this, some type of event in history. And then so people get very confused. Even Strange New Worlds did that with Khan. They changed his date around. And so now it doesn't make no sense. And it always divides the fandom. They always get mad about that. And this is what's going to happen if they make this movie. This is why it's always important just to go further into the future. If you go further into the future, you can't screw anything up. But now Discovery has went into the 32nd century. So, so there's a possibility you could screw that up and everything. But still, it's a whole lot better than going way back into the past and really screwing things up, you know?
Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.